Hello!
Hello, everyone.
Rowan here.
And Rob.
And it is May still. And every May is Mermaid. And every Mermaid, I draw a terrible Ariel.
You do so good drawing
Thank
terrible
you.
Ariel.
Thank you. A terrible Ariel atrocity. Ariel as in Little Mermaid. And I posted old ones on our Blue Sky and Tumblr and all over the place.
I animated one of them.
Yes, you did. It's glorious. So this year I was trying to decide which kind of Ariel to do. I had a few different ideas. So of course I did put a poll up on our Discord, Team Manticore Discord.
Yeah.
And if you would like access to the Team Manticore Discord, all you need to do is become a patron at any tier. And yeah, so Eldritch won. Eldritch Ariel. And
What were the options we didn't get?
Goldfish Ariel, like a head with a goldfish.
I wanted that one.
I mean, there's always next year. Yeah, so Eldritch it is.
Alright, show me Eldritch Ariel.
Since it was Eldritch, I knew I needed a number of eyes, and a number of mouths, and a number of tentacles. And I figured the easiest way to get the numbers for those would to just, roll a die and see what happens. And so you're gonna... 14.
Ooh, the D20.
And that's, 14 tentacles, I figure. That's fine, right? 14 tentacles, that's reasonable. It's not reasonable, but 14 tentacles. And then I rolled
Mouths.
again. And 6. Reasonable. 6 mouths. Yay.
That's why dice selection is important.
Yes. And...
How many eyes?
20.
Natural 20! Critical eyes.
Critical eyes. And that's me being a little exasperated that I have to fit 20 eyes into this picture.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure how I was going to do it.
You did it to yourself.
I did. Well, the gods did it to me. And so here's my initial sketch. And this is figuring out that this is how to fit every single tentacle and eyeball.
Oh, yeah, I'll happen real fast.
Yeah. And, well, because this took me 5 hours to do total.
Oh, okay.
So I had to speed the whole thing up. And now to Disneyfy it.
Aww.
Drawing the eyes, it's anime adjacent. And I recognize why historically that is, but yeah, I wanted all the eyes to be shaped like Ariel's eyes.
They're all looking in slightly different directions. That's interesting.
And also, I wanted them spookier, so they're the cat eye. I thought about doing an octopus eye.
A predator eye.
Yeah. Because when I thought
you could make them cold, dead eyes, like a doll's eye.
No. And I didn't want it just Ariel's regular eyes either.
No.
But they do have a nice little shine on them. Because that was important to me. So they're still pretty. I went back and forth on the color of the eyes.
Yes, for my input on that.
Yeah.
How did you end up ignoring me?
I don't remember.
Now's the time we'll find that out.
And I adjusted the eyes because I realized that this could look a little bit more 3D. The issue was that I was using reference from the movie to try to match the color palette.
Mm-hmm.
But she, the lighting is different scenes. She looks different in different scenes, so that makes her eyes look different. Yeah. I'm sure there's somewhere there's a standard whatever, but for merch or whatever.
Character design Bible thing.
But I didn't look for one. And there is lips. I'm entertained by the parts being her parts.
See, I feel like this one wouldn't speak much either, but all her mouths would sing the song that ends the world.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. No, not a lot of talking. There's certainly body language.
Body language!
Yeah. And only 2 of the mouths they're open enough to see tongues, but I needed you to know that they do in fact have tongues. That was important to me.
I think I've said this about your work before. You're really good with the shapes, because all of these are they're 2D, but they're representing a 3D space rather well, while still being the style.
Thank you very much. Doing her body shape.
Body language.
Yeah, I wanted everything to be kind of flowy. At first I was going to give her tentacles like Ursula, make them all actually, have suckers or whatever.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I decided that I was spending too much time on this, ultimately. Like I said, 5 hours.
The Negaverse. Oh, and we're back.
Well, in order to see the
Yeah.
That.
Yeah.
The light color. But, that's, see-through, so the other colors underneath are gonna show through a little bit. And just finding the tail color. There were things to do for each of these layers. And her body shape. She winds up, you'll see, much more human proportion, which is why she looks to me wrong. Because Ariel has an enormous head.
Wasn't she still a child? She's like 13.
Is she 13 or is she... I think she's like 16.
Is she?
Not that that's much better. Well, because, like, Snow White was like 13.
Yeah.
Snow White's like, child.
Yeah, Disney princesses are children, so they have bulbous heads.
Yeah. But I think Ariel's like a teenager. I could be wrong. Shout out in the comments.
How old is Ariel?
Yeah, I don't know. And I had to move the eyeball because of where I put her boobs. But I definitely gave her a more adult human body. The word that flashed up there was whoops for a split second because I realized I didn't record any of the second sketch that I did. So, whoops.
Oh,
But here it
a little
is.
fork.
Yeah. And it was going to be like in her hair, and then I redrew her hair entirely and decided that's not what I was going to do. And then I was like, oh, what if I put flounder on the fork? But I don't do that either. That seemed a little dark.
A little mean to flounder.
Yeah, and I've been mean to flounder in previous years.
He's not a flounder, anyway.
No. I made him a flounder once.
It's like an insult.
So, yeah, no, I just, trying to figure out where her navel was a thing, and deciding that she only got...
Do mer people have navels?
Well, she does in the movie.
So they do live births?
They do.
Huh.
But I don't know how, because I don't know what the parts are. I don't know how her body works.
Well, I mean, some sharks give live birth, and basically they just swim out.
That's fair. That's fair.
So there's just... You'd see a bloated-looking mer person, all of a sudden there'd just be a swarm of little ones.
Yeah. I accept that. And, yeah, she's got a hair tentacle. I spent too much time with this fork. And
Your fork's very important.
the shading is just how I shade things, because the actual movie, I mean, she's animated, so she's not really shaded in that way for the most part.
No, most scenes now you wouldn't.
Yeah. But I wanted her to be. And then she's got the nice little glow from the sunlight, which I debated. I actually saved a version where there's no glow, but I like the glow. And yeah, I think her arms look so beefy, but also her waist is not quite as minus ribs as she is in the movie.
Somehow you took an Eldritch Horror and you made it, like, human, which is great because it's in that uncanny...
Yeah.
It's in that, like, well, something's wrong here.
Yeah. In both directions.
Yeah.
In the human and in the Disney. In both directions. There's
I can
something
squint
wrong.
and see the Disney version.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with this one. And Bubbles.
I think I manually made the bubbles.
Yeah, I manually did every part of this.
Yeah.
So this is our Ariel for this year, our terrible Ariel.
I like how I get credit. It's
do.
our.
Well, yeah.
This is Rowan's Mermaid.
Oh, if you participate in Mermaid, let me know. And if I just ruined your childhood, let me know. But no, I love playing with Ariel every year. I don't know why. She's so fun. And she looks so happy here.
She's a great cultural touch point for the Mermaid.
Yeah. And she's just having a good time.
Yeah. Eating folks off
Yeah.
of ships. Singing the song that ends the world.
There were 14 tentacles. For a second, there were 15. I know I had to get rid of one. But, yeah. Yeah, she's so happy. Anyway, rock on.
Rock on.